Hello everybody and welcome to this year's Interline Competition final line assembly of the year for the summer term 2020. I'm sure you're all itching to find out who has won this year's competition, so without further ado, let's begin. It'll be at this point in the summer term that you'd all be competing against one another at the annual Sports Day competition. Now, because of the circumstances we find ourselves in, it is unusual not to be doing that this year. However, throughout the term, you've all been competing to win points for your line. And your lines are all represented by these emblems that you wear on your blazer each and every single day. Let's have a look at them in a bit more detail. So for Campion, your symbol is a crown, and this symbol with the palm leaves inside of the crown reminds us of the patron of Campion's line, St. Edmund Campion. He was martyred for his faith in 1581, and the images of these crowns with the palm leaves can be seen inside the books over at St. Peter's Church, and that is why you have your emblem to remind you of St. Edmund Campion. Sherborne. Your logo comes from the coat of arms of the Sherborne family who built Stonyhurst Hall. The images in the top right hand corner of each of the crests represent the eagle which has been selected to represent your line. The Sherborne crest wouldn't have had these St. Omer's crosses around it in red on the outside on the left hand image, so we stick with the eagle to represent your line. For St. Omer's, it is that cross that represents your line, which is taken from the coat of arms from the town of St. Omer, where our school was first originally founded in 1593. The image on the right has been taken from Figures Playroom of those coats of arms, which are drawn by Raymond Binns, an OS of the school. And finally we have Weld. Yours is a wyvern. The wyvern is taken from the crest, similarly to Sherborne, but the crest this time of the Weld family, who gave Stonyhurst Hall to the school. We sometimes use a unicorn on our branding for our uniforms, however the wyvern would be the similar form which can be seen on the Weld crest below. Now these lines are all represented by line captains, and I'd like to take this opportunity to thank them for their contributions to the competition this year. They set you off in the right manner right from the beginning with their rousing speeches at the start of my first assembly in the line competition, and I'd just like to remind you of those speeches.
Hi, I'm Sophia and I'm the girls' Omers line captain.
Hi, I'm Roland and I'm the boys' Omers line captain. And I've been at the SMH for 7 years.
And I've been here for 9 years. Right, Omers, come on, we need you. Go and get any demos, get load of credit. Omers, we need you!
Hi, I'm Hugo.
Hi, I'm Eliza and we're your world line captains this year.
We are here to help you and the whole of world to win this year.
It doesn't matter if you're not sporty, academic or musical, because each one of you can help this year by getting loads of credits.
Don't forget, world doesn't have I, it has we, and together we can win this.
Thank you.
My name's Phoebe and I've been at school for 10 years and never won once. Hello, my name is Audrey. I've been here for 3 years and I'm your line captain.
Yay.
Can we meet you?
Hi guys, I'm Mark and I've been here for 10 years. I wasn't chosen as a line captain, but I'd like to sing you this song that I know that everyone in the Campion will absolutely love.
3, 2, 1, go! We will rock you down, blow you up, like a volcano about to erupt. Start to the left, start to the right. Come on, Campion, fight, fight, fight! Come on, Campion! Hello, my name is Annie.
And I'm Callum.
And we are your line captains for this year. We are here to help you bring Sherborne to victory once again.
Green is to go, and so we need you to get as many line picks as you can from the start. We need you to dedicate to your line.
Sherborne needs you!
Thank you very much guys again for sharing your rousing speech with us, and they have done the trick. You motivated your lines throughout, and I'm sure everybody in your line will be proud of the way you have led them throughout this final year of your time in Rudiments. Once again, thank you very much. So recent SMH line competition winners have started in 2014 when I took over from Mr. Gibson with 2 wins from St. Omer's, 2 from Weld, Sherborne, and then there's a little gap there. Who is it going to be this year? Let's find out. The interline competitions this year have included many different varieties of activities. The sports on the left to other competitions on the right, with this year some new inclusions such as English activities, maths, quizzes online, art and the bake-off. A great array of different activities for you all to take part in. There is something for everybody. Now we turn to the line period competitions themselves. We'll break them down individually and see who has won this year's line period. We begin with the art competition. Window to the World was the theme for this competition, and it was won by Weld. Second was Campion, third was St Omer's, and in fourth place was Sherborne. Well done to everyone who entered the competition this year, and Lizzie Allman-Smith's winning entry can be seen above in the images. Congratulations, Weld. Our next interline competition was the Rugby Sevens tournament, the under-13s, which was won again by Weld. St Omer's in second, Campion in third. A very fiercely competitive tournament from all the boys involved, and Weld just pipping St Omer's to the top spot there. Congratulations, boys. Well done on a very good victory. Again in the interline Rugby Sevens, this time for the under-12s, Weld took the crown again. It was a great effort from the under-12 boys to make it a clean sweep of Rugby Sevens titles for Weld this line period. Omer's second place, Campion and Sherborne sharing the spoils in joint third. Next up, we moved on to the interline mixed hockey for under-13 and under-12s. Campion were the winners for this competition, second place was Sherborne, third was Weld, and fourth was St Omer's. It's great to see all the girls representing their lines in their new line kits in the photo on the right hand side. And well done to all children who took part and represented their line that afternoon on the all-weather pitch. Next was the interline boys hockey. Again for under-13, under-12s, and Campion came out on top. Sherborne a close second, Weld in third, and St Omer's fourth. Boys hockey at SMH is going from strength to strength, and it's great to see you all representing the school at a more competitive level and, more importantly, enjoying your games out on the all-weather pitch. Next, we have interline mixed hockey, this time for elements. Sherborne are the reigning champions in elements, with Omer's in second, Campion third, and Weld fourth. Again, guys, it's great to see all Elements boys and girls having the opportunity to play together and compete at hockey. A big thank you must go to Mr. Hodgkinson for organising this event, enabling the boys and girls to both take part as one. Next up was interline mixed football, this time for under-13s and under-12s, with St Omer's winning the competition. Weld, Sherborne, Campion followed in their footsteps, but it was St Omer's who won. The children's interest in football does remain a popular activity, and it's popular amongst all children across all year groups. Our excellent activity programme now provides the opportunity for girls to have their own activity, and I would advise as many of you as possible to take that option up in September when school starts again. Congratulations, St Omer's. Next up was interline music. This was a whole school competition and was won by Sherborne. Weld a very, very close second, St Omer's in third, and Campion fourth. An incredible amount of you entered the competition this year. Despite the lockdown restrictions, 95 of you sent music videos of you singing, playing instruments to Mr. Mann, and I'd like to thank him and his team for organising and running the event from home remotely. A great achievement by you all. Well done, Sherborne. Next up was the interline maths. We had TT Rockstars for the Key Stage 2 children, all the way from Hodder House up to Upper Elements, and this was won by St Omer's. Campion second, Sherborne third, and Weld in fourth. Well done, St Omer's, on winning the first TT Rockstars competition at SMH. This platform continues to go from strength to strength for all children in Key Stage 2 and below as a means of supporting their recall of times tables. If you haven't already, go get yourselves an avatar, children, and join in. The interline quiz. Where shall we start with this one? The whole school took part in the interline quiz. It involved a variety of different questions. And the inaugural Interline quiz took place online this time, and the highlight had to be guess the baby picture round for the members of staff. Can you guess who the one is on the right? Sadly, it's me. And it was Sherburn who recognised me and all other members of staff, along with all the other questions, and they were the winning line for the Interline quiz. Next up, we had Interline photography. Again, this was a whole school activity, and Campion came out on top. Congratulations, Campion. The theme for this year's competition was all creatures great and small, and the theme was enthusiastically embraced by everyone across the school. The winning entries in each playroom can be seen above and on the next slide. So let's take a look. Next up was a challenge board which was set for those pupils in Key Stage 2 during assessment week, and there were a variety of competitions. The first competition we're going to look at was Art in Nature. The Art in Nature competition was inspired by Miss Warburg and Andy Goldsworthy. He's a famous artist and photographer from Scotland who makes sculptures and other works of art out of natural materials like wood, leaves or stones. In joint first place was Sherburn and St Omer's. Third place went to Weld, and fourth place came Campion's Way. The winning pictures that you can see there are from Ryan Dunn. A big congratulations to him. Well done. Next up on the challenge board was world flags made from Lego. Thank you to Mr. Hodgkinson for enabling children to unite with the world in showing that we are all together in overcoming the difficulties we currently find ourselves in. Remember, children, a flag is not just a symbol, but it's a way of a country portraying itself to the rest of the world. And St Omer's came out on top in the Lego challenge, Weld second and Sherburn third. Next up, I'd like to thank Miss Robleski for the Lockdown Limericks challenge. A limerick, children, is a silly poem with 5 lines. It can often be funny or nonsensical. The first, second and fifth lines rhyme with each other and have the same number of syllables. I'd like to read you a winning entry from Isaac Ward, who's in upper prep and representing St Omer's. Lockdown's a miserable state. You sit and you wait, then you wait. You feel such a loner as you wait for Corona. To avoid it, now that would be great. Well done, Isaac, and well done to everybody who contributed to helping St Omer's and Sherburn gain points in this round of the challenge board. Next up, for the challenge board, we had the Mini Beast study. Thanks must go to Miss Pritchard for encouraging the children to explore the world around us and the mini beasts that we find in our garden. It's important to educate ourselves and others as we aim to inspire future generations to take care of our surroundings. Again, it was Sherburn and St Omer's leading the way in this competition. Well done to all of you who entered. Now we move towards the credits and playroom winners for this line period. Let's take a look. The credits were as follows for this line period. Campion, 3,292. Sherburn, 2,792. St Omer's, 2,494. And Weld, 3,396. It's the first time Weld have topped the credits total this year, just pipping Campion to the lockdown credit crown. Congratulations, Weld. Next up were the individual playroom winners. So these contribute all your achievement points throughout this line period, and the winners are as follows. In Hodder House, we had Matilda Oyston representing Sherburn. In Prep, we have Finn Stoker representing Campion. For Elements, Henry Allenson representing St Omer's. In Figures, Morgan Cuthbert representing Sherburn. Rudiments was Maisie Donlan representing Weld. And the overall winner, the person who had the most achievement points for this line period, it was Jacob Driver representing Weld. Congratulations to you all. Well done on this great achievement for the summer term line period. Now we move to the line period results. So all those totals that I've been through already for all the different competitions have been added up, added to your credits, and your scores and results are as follows. These were the main competitions that were included out of the ones I showed you at the start, and all these points for football, hockey, rugby, art, English, Lego, mini bee study, music, photography and the interline quiz were added into the pot. Let's find out how each line got on. Here we go. Campion, 6,392 points. Sherborne, 6,692 points. St Omers, 6,694 points. Weld, 6,796 points. So congratulations goes to Weld for the line period winners. This is the first time Weld have managed to win the line period this year, and congratulations must go to Dr. Chadwick and both line captains for a strong end to the year. It was a very close line period with St Omers and Sherborne a mere 100 points behind. Campion sat further back behind them all with 404 points as their deficit to Weld. Well done, Weld. Congratulations on winning this year's line period. Now we add those line period scores to the overall standings from the first 3 line periods of the year. Those scores added together create the following results, and we will see who has won this year's Line Shield. So the final overall standings are as follows. In 4th place, Weld. In 3rd, Sherborne. In 2nd, St Omers. And 1st, the champions, Campion. Congratulations, Campion, on winning this year's line competition. You are the champions. After a couple of strong years, Campion finally get their hands on the Line Shield. A huge congratulations to Mr. Garlington and the respected line captains Phoebe and Rodrigo, who leave the school having etched Campion's name into the history books. So, let's see where that puts Campion in terms of the recent winners of the line competition. We have St Omers winning back-to-back championships, and Weld. Then Sherborne were last year's reigning champions, until now that we get to add Campion's name to the Roll of Honour for the 2019-2020 line competition. Campion become only the 4th different winner of the Line Shield in 5 years, and the competition proves to be as thrilling and competitive as it's ever been. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you, the children, for all your efforts in terms of taking part in this year's competition, the staff, the line captains and the line masters too, for everything that they do to inspire and lead your lines to success. Until next year, children, take care, have a great summer, and I'll see you all in September.